Yeah, so the Thermaltake fans, I've got basically 1, 2, 3. So I've got 3 120mm fans, 2 in the front, 1 in the back, and this is with the Versa C23 TG case. And I've also got a third-party AIO cooler in the case. And basically, these fans are on the lowest fans whatsoever, and it's really quiet, and it is pushing heat out of the case, and it's like in the 70s. Well, not even that much of the 70s. Most of the cores are in the 60s. Now we're being pushed. Like I can see one is jumped to 77 and then jumped back down to 72. Right, anyway, this was going on for 1 hour and 4 minutes. We've got heat being pushed out the case left, right and centre. With the case, I definitely believe if we had more air vents on the side, on the right hand side and on the left hand side panel, we could definitely dissipate more heat out of this case. Maybe in the front as well, because you can see by where the glass is, there is no air vent on that side, but there is an air vent on that side. But still, this is doing all right with a 6700K, and it's like awesome. Power supply is doing its job as well, and it stays stable and everything like that. So honestly, the whole thing is like super quiet. This is what you're listening to at the moment. So if you could literally tilt the camera to the right, then you can see what I can see. Right, so let's talk about the RGBs. The RGBs in this fan are really they're really quite cool. They're not, as I say in the other first video, the link in the description down below if you want to check out that first video, but this video is obviously showing off the RGBs. I'm gonna have to take the side off because it's got like little fan controlling box inside. So at the moment it's just on red, and just wait 1 second while I sort this out. So here's the box. Right, so what we've got speed, play, pause and mode. So let's just play with what we've got at the moment. So we've got blue lights now, and it's like a nice neon blue. The colours are pretty sharp, they're bright, the fan pushes hot air out, and they're super damn quiet. So we've got like a white, or a little off like bit of blue, green, off if you don't like RGBs but you just want the silence and the performance. And then we've got this flashing, I don't know what that is. This looks cool. What's it gonna do? What are you gonna do for me? I'll cycle through the colours. So red, blue, and that. Right, so this one, let's do play and pause. Right, so this is starting to change colours now, just by pressing the play and pause button. So it just cycles through the colours. What we're going to do is do a time lapse, so we can go through the colours, so it's not going to be ages of me talking about it. You know I try to hold on to So as you can see, I can cycle straight through the colours, no problem. It's like 2 modes. You've got like one that goes through all the RGB colours that it actually has presented in its mode. Then you've got ones where you can choose the colours that you want. And then you've got where you can just turn it off if you want. Now at the moment, this fan's on the lowest speed, and it's got 5 fans in this. It's got 2 third-party fans in the top. But at the moment, I've got these fans on the lowest, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to turn them up so you can hear them. So this is at 1500 RPM speeds. Now I'm going to lower it down, and you can barely hear them. So that's the graphics card, or maybe the fans at the top. That is awesome. Anyway, Let me show you the box really quickly so you can see what I'm doing, and then you can decide whether you want to purchase this yourself. So as you can see on the, whoa, on that side there's the left button, which is the speed, and then you've got play and pause, and then you've got mode. So your mode is what cycles through the colours of the rainbow, the unicorns and stuff like that. And then play and pause does all your animation with obviously changing through the RGB scale or just having it off. And then this does one speed, which is lowest, or the highest speed, which is 1500 RPM. And then you've got an extra connector to connect another additional RGBs on the side there. And oh my god, there's the fan controller, which is connected into the PWM on the motherboard. And then you've got the PWMs literally just plugged straight into the box and adapter, and that is it. Cool. Oh yeah, and the LED light as well to show that it's working. This is where it just sits into the Thermaltake Versa C223 TG case. It just fits in there nicely. So that's how much width you've got in there for cable management. Now I've left the cable management like this because I just needed to get all this stuff out. There's no point me tying things up. I've just left it like that. And at the bottom as well is where you've got the RGB fan controller for the actual case as well. Thermaltake have come a long way when it came down to the old school fans. Now I remember loads of different fans that were like manufactured by Thermaltake, but the one that really stood out to me was the one that had the time and the date, and it had Thermaltake, and it was like a bitmap, and it was like this. It was awesome as a fan. Temperatures were not too bad with it. The fan was really expensive if I remember rightly, but now we come to 2017 where we've got like fan controllers and RGBs and all that sort of stuff. If you're interested into it, you can buy it. If you don't want it but you can buy it, you can turn it off, and then if someone comes around you can turn it on. If they give it the big and say no, the computer's just like stale, and you just turn the RGBs on and then way. But anyway, the RGB fans and the fans in the Thermaltake case are really awesome. I like the fact that it pushes hot air out of the case, no problem, and it's super quiet, and it just feels premium. The fans are quite nice. I didn't really expect it to be that good, to be honest with you. I'm thinking I might need to do a fan roundup again for the end of 2017 or maybe 2018 for the start up of like what a decent case fans and radiator fans. Those are really cool, really quiet. RGB's really bright, not like stupid like when you get RGB fans and they're just not that bright at all, and you're like, well, what's the point of that if you're into RGBs? The fact is that these are the next ones down from the top of the range ones is leading me to think, wow, I can't wait to see the really top of the range ones and see how fancy they are. But these ones are alright, they're really quite cool. But the main thing about it is the performance, and if they're silent and they can push 1500 RPM without making too much noise. Yes, they can. Definitely go and purchase them. Link in the description down below if you want to go and purchase them anyway. I will find out where the best place to get them, and I'll leave it in the link in the description down below. But normally it'll probably be Amazon, because I don't really do all of that. I normally look for stuff, but the other editors do that, so I don't know. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.